Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to your next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. It's such a delight to have this opportunity nowadays to just be able to meet with each other live, one-on-one. It's not always a common experience. I know it's 24/7. I know next normal is 24/7, but for you and I to see each other, to just really look into each other and support each other. It's a blessing, I tell you. So as you know, we have our new initiative, Creating Homes of Peace. So please go on to meditationmuseum.org to download your copy of the poster, which you can put up in your home. Or if you happen to be in our area, in the Washington metropolitan D.C. area, please come by the Meditation Museum and pick up as many copies as you wish to share with your friends and family and colleagues at work. Today I'll be sharing about the freedom of being egoless, and one of my other sessions on the enemy within, which was of ego, it was a big one. And I remembered reading all the comments and how it was an eye-opener and what ego does to the spirit. I can only speak personally. When my ego is there, I think and speak more from the attachment to my role, my title, my name, my gender, even my talents. When it comes across, sometimes you might even get a little bit frustrated. You have expectations, maybe you even get angry. That's coming from your ego, your attachment to your identity, some title, some role. And I've discussed in the session on the enemy within, which is ego, it has so many attachments to a false identity. Your name. Every time someone calls you, do they love you or not love you? Or do they call you with an expectation or demand? Your gender. Right now, there's a lot of complexity in the U.S. about gender issues. Am I a man? Am I a woman? I'm in a man's body, but I feel like a woman. I'm a woman, but I feel like a man. Or I'm asexual. I don't have a gender. It's actually all a spiritual call that I want to experience the sentient nature of the soul and feel the energy of my existence. That's really all it is. It's a call for my spiritual identity, not my gender identity, my spiritual identity. We also looked at an attachment to the role and title, whether you are a doctor, a lawyer, the president of a country, what you can do if you're a president of a nation, whether you're the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of India, the Prime Minister of China, the President of France, whatever it is, you can do so much to make the citizens of your country feel safe with themselves. Can you imagine if you have the love for your role and title, which is the opposite of attachment and ego? I love being the President of the United States, or the President of Ghana, or the President or the Prime Minister of India. I love playing the part because everyone in my country will be taken care of. I have the authority and the power to do it. My country has the money to make sure not one of my citizens go to bed thirsty or empty or hungry. But yet, I'm not going to give a free handout, because every time you give free handouts to people, the ego increases. So their expectations of you giving them free handouts actually cripple them. They don't become strong and resilient. And so you give, but with the balancing quota of saying, now you have to do this. You have to build yourself. If you build the people in your nation will thrive. If there are people in your nation draining your country, your nation will eventually become bankrupt. But both can work together if there is no ego. And ego is replaced with self-esteem, self-respect, and wisdom. Your nation will thrive. the people in your country will thrive. So we talked about the ego identity of your role and your titles, and it gives a lot of suffering, a lot of sorrow. It increases our anger. It makes us jealous. It creates carelessness. It definitely serves a lot of our wasteful thinking. And wasteful thinking is a contribution to wasting our lives. I ask you to pause. I ask you to think about this. What do you want in your life now? And I know sometimes it's hard to take the first step. But even as you take the first step, there'll be many victories. There'll be a few defeats. It's a part of the journey of life. But take the first step. What are the benefits? What's the feeling of being free of the ego? What are the gifts of being kind, compassionate, positive, optimistic, caring, intuitive, aware, strong, focused, understanding? So many benefits there. It's endless. When you are egoless, you stop blaming people for the way things are not working out for you. When your ego is very, very thick, always it's somebody's fault, never yours. You never take responsibility for breaking things down. It's always somebody else. It's the country, it's the president, it's the neighbor, it's this religion, it's because of my wife, it's because of my husband. It's my ego speaking. But if I'm free of ego, I'll see my husband doesn't have that capacity right now. I'm either having to let go of the expectation, find a replacement, which happens a lot, or find a way around it and just say, let me let go of this one for now. Let me see if I can live without this desire or expectation. So again, as I mentioned in the other session, the soul, if it carries the knowledge, I, the soul, am in a woman's body, but the soul is eternal, but at this point I'm in a woman's body, let me see how much I can do, how much I can understand. I don't need to just be in a kitchen and give babies, not always. Maybe I can take a hammer in my hand and a nail and build a building. Maybe I can drive a car, fix a car. Maybe even sometimes as a woman, I'm not able to give birth to a child. It doesn't make me any less. It means there's some deep-rooted karma there that my days of giving children are over as a woman. So one is, if I have the ego identity as a woman, then I might invite suffering of certain things that as a woman I cannot do, or certain things as a woman I'm forced to do. Historically, you've often heard the weaker gender physically is a woman, not emotionally, physically. So if someone or something is stronger than her physically, they have dominance over her because her gender is known to be physically not as strong. Historically, we've seen it. Very rare women go to war. Very rare women are the warriors with a sword going on the battlefield. The ego identity of being a woman will set you up for sorrow, some victories, but here's the opposite of that. Instead of having ego identity of being in the gender of a woman, the opposite to ego, self-respect, self-esteem, truth, wisdom. And so what ego says to what ego will say inside of me is, I'm a woman, my name is Jenna, I'm half Indian, half black, I wear this white sari, I'm a Brahma Kumari. If you don't like that, or if you have an issue with it, I'm going to feel offended because I'm so attached to my form. If you love it and you think I'm the greatest gift to God and I take praise from that, my ego gets inflated even more because I'm taking credit from my attachment to the form. So let's take a look at the opposite. Self-esteem, self-respect, truth, wisdom, the opposite to ego. I, the soul, am playing a part now through the body of a woman. Okay, let's see what are my strengths and what are my limits. Somebody says, as a woman, you must cook, you must clean, you must watch, you must have babies for me. So I, the soul, am in a woman's body. Of course he will say that to me. But I also know how to run a company. I also know how to fix a car. I also know how to put a nail in a wall. And even though they say that's my role, because that's what's been indoctrinated for thousands of years, I will say, sure. But guess what? I know how to hammer a nail in a wall and fix that. Oh, you know what? I think it's the carburetor that's out. Let's try to get in there and fix that now. Oh, the tire's flat. Can you just give me the pump? Let's just get this fixed because we have to go shopping. I will not allow myself to just stop at the attachment to just the gender. So ego, when it's transformed in its highest form, becomes self-esteem, self-respect, truth, and wisdom, and it will not put limits on your physical labels. It will enhance your labels if you have the opposite to it. So if you're free from ego, you will actually be more successful, broad-minded, more unlimited. A little bit, you would lower your expectation of others, and you would develop your attainments, your experiences, your talents, your capacity. The less ego you have, when you become free from ego, here's the big, big realization here. You build your capacity in life. There's nothing you can't do. Nothing is impossible for an egoless person. And even if they tried and it didn't work out, they were successful because they tried. But with a person with a lot of ego, everything is impossible, everything is difficult, they will only do what they can do. It reduces your fortune for your future. Just a food for thought. The benefit of an egoless life, how to be free from ego. Opposite to ego, self-esteem, self-respect, truth, wisdom. You can call it worthiness. I'm worthy. And when you're worthy, nothing can stop you. When you are worthy, nothing will stop you. Maybe you'll have challenges. They're good for you, but they can't stop you. Let's take a moment of meditation. Take a breath of what I've shared this day. Be your real self here and now. Allow your inner being to focus on being free of the disease of ego. That you are free of this energy inside. And you've replaced ego with self-esteem. Visualize yourself in the energy of self-esteem. And now, increase it with self-respect. Not because of your title, but because of the way you feel about yourself. Self-respect. It will lead you to experiencing your truth. A truth that is imperishable and eternal. That which is not true is false and limited. But where there's truth, there is eternity. And the final stage is you are wise. There is the wisdom to understand it all. What is happening, why it's happening, and that there's always room for growth and the building of your inner capacity. So let's take this moment of inner quiet and holding to this truth. The opposite of ego is growth. Inner growth, outer growth, capacity building, happiness, freedom. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Imagine every day you take care of yourself like this, how you're going to feel in a year's time, in 5 years' time, for the rest of your life. That's all you need to do. Take care of that inner dimension. So let's go to our awakened intelligence and see what's going on here. What are the benefits of being egoless? Being egoless offers a range of emotional, interpersonal, and spiritual benefits. I love my awakened intelligence. Let's take a look. Number 1, inner peace and emotional freedom. Now let's really observe this. You become less defensive. You stop reacting to criticism as a personal attack. There's more resilience. You're less shaken by failure or praise because your self-worth isn't tied to outcomes or opinions. Freedom from comparison. You're not constantly measuring yourself against another person. That's a huge one. Number 2, better relationships. Without ego, you find yourself building deeper connections. You listen more. You speak less from a place of pride or superiority. There's less conflict. Ego often fuels arguments. Being egoless makes compromise and understanding easier. You have greater compassion when you are free of ego. You're more empathetic because you're not preoccupied with your own image or status. Number 3, greater clarity and focus. Objectivity without ego. This is huge. You're more open to truth. Even if it challenges your beliefs, you make better decisions. You choose what's best for the situation, not what serves your image. Oh, I thank Baba for having this blessing on my head for this one. Your growth mindset is big. You welcome feedback and mistakes as tools for learning. You don't look at them as a threat. Number 4, isn't this great? When you're free of ego, authentic leadership, trust building. This is huge in my environment that I'm in service. People follow leaders who are humble and admit when they don't know everything. Empowerment. Egoless leaders uplift others instead of seeking all the credit. I can't tell you how many times I do that. Vision over validation. Your mission becomes more important than personal recognition. Number 5, spiritual evaluation. Detachment. I need to work on this more. You operate from a place of service rather than desire. For example, if someone in my crew doesn't seem to be upping their game, I get affected. So in that way, I need to be more detached. Alignment, your actions align more with your values than with personal gain. Connection, many spiritual traditions teach that the ego separates us from a higher consciousness or a divine presence. Even people in spiritual practices, religious practices, if they don't keep self-checking, there's an ego that develops inside and it removes God's energy from them. I tell you. So I hope that helped you a lot to be free of this awful disease. It's a quiet sickness in the soul's psyche. And we get so used to it that it has become a companion in our journey and almost a best friend. But when you're free from it, wow, does life feel great. Your innocence, your intoxication, your enthusiasm. One of the things that I've identified of being free from ego, super creative, because you're not holding on to past accomplishments. You've done it, next, what's next? Let's create something new. Let's go now to the Sister Gita effect and take a little bit of sweetness.
Mercy. God is known as the ocean of forgiveness, and an experience of His mercy makes you feel that you have made a best friend for life. Peace makes its home in your heart. When you accept God's mercy for you, your perspective on life changes. It is God's merciful vision that allows you to see your potential for perfection, for a better you, a better life. Then it becomes your turn to be merciful to yourself. Mercy for the self means striving to be true to that image of your aim of perfection, of a better you, for a better life. By drawing your love from God, drawing power from God, you can become whatever you wish. Om Shanti. Have a day full of mercy. Thank you, and Om Shanti. Stay beautiful.
Yes, we will stay beautiful, Sister Gita. So from the Sister Gita Effect book, okay, you can get it on Amazon. Ego is the enemy of peace. It's on page 143. Ego is the enemy of peace. The ego makes you judge others, think about them in an unkind way, and force them to do what you want them to do. In this way, you forget that you're a student of life. That's a good one. Instead of learning, if you start giving advice, telling people what they should do, and trying to change them, you're forgetting an important lesson. Boy, I make this mistake on occasions. Sister Gita says you can only change yourself. Give happiness and you will receive happiness. Give peace and you will feel peace. Give sorrow and you will get sorrow in return. Create thoughts and words that give only peace and happiness. The world is filled with worry and sorrow, so now start to do something elevated. Thank you, Sister Gita, for pulling my ear. So, as we said today, today's our day to really step up to the plate and do our best. So the mind shift space, thank you, Sister Gita, for this talk about freedom from ego. I'm going to write an essay about it, which I will share with you and everyone. Absolutely. Babita, thank you for reminding us of our true self. Mohini, welcome. May we all walk the path of egolessness. Pushpa, Mamta, Suman. I keep rewatching this each time it feels new. Saroj, always speak with such grace and purity. Sanju, Rajasnati, sorry Salman if I messed that up. Sangeet, Kunjan, Jyoti, Savi, Henry, I feel so light and centered after watching this. Amit Bhai, Gautam, Tamil, Sunil, Sandeep, Rakesh, James, this message came at the perfect time. Shobha, Om Shanti Shobha Ben, Rakesh Bhai, Jackie. There's a lot of complexity in the US about many things for sure. So true. Hi Gigi. Darlene, good morning. Beautiful Sangha. And thank you, Sister Jenna, for all you share. Om Shanti. Anita, Ulala, Beverly. Hope you had a wonderful weekend at your services in Virginia. Indu and Annette Henry. Annette, thank you so much for always being there with us. Happy 4th of July to everyone. Lots of good wishes. All the best. And Om Shanti.
Look inside, quiet your mind. There's a light in you, gentle and kind. This world is old, but you are new, made of peace, strong and true. You were born to rise, to shine like the skies, to be free inside and let go of lies. Let love guide, let truth be the way. A new world begins today.